Okay, we got Doom Eternal ruined games for me from Om Omtazia. Hopefully, I said that right. Okay, nice, nice.
You ever play a game so good that it just ruins everything else?
Yeah. I noticed you also playing on M and K. Yep, I saw the good use of nades. Freeze that dude, like nade swap. Uh, like go into like your more damage. Weapon swapping. Yes, Doom Eternal. Uh, made it very hard to enjoy other shooters. It just did.
Like, you try to play another game and suddenly it feels like you're moving through molasses while wearing cement boots.
Yeah. It's tactical gameplay, guys. You have to think and predict about where your opponent's gonna be. All right. I mean, obviously, this is like, come on, you comparing like like a multiplayer game, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5v5 multiplayer tact shooter to, I mean, what most people play as for Doom Eternal, like the single player. Yes, it does have a multiplayer, but most people don't think about the multiplayer. It's like an afterthought for the most part. But both games do fall under the umbrella of first person shooter. Um, I don't think there's one that's better than the other. They're just like two different kinds of sandwiches, essentially. There can be room for many types of sandwiches.
Yeah, that's me. That's Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
I used to enjoy all sorts of games, but ever since I played Doom Eternal, it's like my brain has been rewired.
yeah.
This game didn't just raise the bar, it rocketed.
Oh, and I see. I did you mod the shit out of the game because I saw the was it the Kappa face and like the HUD's all purple and whatnot. So I am actually curious to see how other people play Doom Eternal because for me, I had to use like the MMO mouse for all the weapon swapping with like the 12 buttons on the side because I just like my hands are so like inflexible to like reach across to hit like very anything. Let's see, like I can hit R, F, V like pretty easy. Like I have to kind of stretch to V while keeping my ring on A. Um, like I have to like if I want to keep my ring on A, I can hit G. I can like it might put an awkward position in my hand to put B. So like trying to like go up like for the numbers is also kind of like awkward or weird for me. I'm just curious to see like how other people play Doom Eternal when you need access to every single gun and not only every single gun, every mode of every gun as well. Because the more options you have available, like at the flick of a button, the cooler the gameplay will just look. And I mean, it kind of has the same thing going for it as Devil May Cry, but the thing with DMC is that anybody can look cool, like given enough like time and effort. Like the game's not that hard, even on normal difficulty. As long as you upgrade everything and like get a feel for like the basic combos and whatnot, everybody can look cool. Um, but to look cool in Doom, you have to like put some, it's a little more time. You need a little more time and effort in the game.
Jumped over it and left every other shooter feeling like a Nerf battle in a retirement home.
Yeah,
And with Doom,
I mean, but to be fair, the single player shooter experience, not a lot of people are trying to innovate on that. They're just not. I mean, you got Borderlands 4 coming out. They're gonna do their thing of looting and shooting. You have things like Warframe or Destiny. A lot of moving and shooting. What else? I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, you could like kind of put Apex in there, like meh. But as far as like a single player experience, story driven stuff, I mean, There's not much else that can contend with Doom. I mean, what? Titanfall? Titanfall's cool. I dig it. I'd have to really think hard about any other like first person single player experiences that really try to stand out.
Doom the Dark Age is right around the corner. I would say it's a good time to make this video.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about why I think Doom Eternal's combat loop is peak FPS, at least in my opinion. First, this game doesn't just let you mindlessly spray bullets at bad guys and call it a day.
What? You literally broke like 90% of people that play FPS then. If you say that, I'm going to down thumb this because you said that. What? I can't just mindlessly spray and pray? Oh, this is a bad video right off the bat.
Every single action you take matters. Low on ammo, chainsaw fodder demon.
Yep.
Low on armor, set him on fire. Low on health, glory kill their skull into another dimension.
Yep.
This game turns resource management into a blood-soaked ballet.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, in other FPS games, running out of ammo just means staring at the ceiling while you reload like an idiot.
What game is this? Oh, this is Siege still. Again, I don't think this is a fair comparison. Like, come on.
Doom Eternal forces you to be aggressive. Standing still is basically asking for a casket.
Yeah. Yep, ABC, always be moving.
Now, don't get me wrong, Doom 2016 was an absolute banger. Before the first trailer dropped, nobody expected it to be as good as it was.
Nope.
I mean, how do you reboot Doom?
Yeah.
One of the most basic shooters of all time, and actually make it work in 2016. But it worked. It was a straight up power trip. Brutal, gory, fast paced, and metal as hell. No cover mechanics, no reloading, just you, a shotgun, and an army of demons dumb enough to get in your way.
Yep, just get in there. Get in there, you better aim good. You better glory kill. And most importantly, just to enjoy yourself. You know, you have like the awesome soundtracks made by Mick Gordon for Doom 2016 and Eternal. Yeah, he's not going to be in Dark Ages or whatever, but yeah, it sucks. But hopefully it'll have a decent soundtrack.
It redefined what an arcade-style FPS could be. And then Doom Eternal showed up and said, "You liked that? Cool. Now get good."
Yeah.
Eternal didn't just improve it, it evolved. It added layers. It said, "You want to be the Doomslayer? Then play like one."
Yeah.
This game demands that you use every tool at your disposal.
And also, 2016 and Eternal had multiple different levels of difficulty. All this hatred over Dark Age or Dark Ages, whatever, having all the like the difficulty sliders for every little solitary thing. This is like, I understand the logic of it, but it's kind of like reaching, which is it's kind of silly. Because Doom was never meant to be an Elden Ring type of game where you have one difficulty to rule them all. Because if they did that and you like on 2016 and Eternal, everyone started on like nightmare mode, like people would just be bitch moan complaining that the game's too hard, and only like people that are like above average can like play the game. All right, look at Monster Hunter Wilds that just came out. Everyone's like bitch moan complaining the game's too easy. I mean, yeah, it kind of like teeters on like the easier side, but it's still like mostly fine. It hit record level sales and whatnot because you were able to cast a little bit wider of a net while still maintaining the core game loop of what made Monster Hunter Wilds good. Like, For Doom, the core game loop is still there. Trying to nickel and dime like every little piece of difficulty, um, and trying to like gatekeep the game from other people trying to get into it. It is kind of silly. Like I want more people to get into like the Doom franchise because it's badass.
The combat isn't just shoot bad guy till he dies. Well, maybe the tyrant, actually.
Yeah,
But other than that, it's about strategy, resource management, and movement. In other words, it's chess, but with more fire and screaming. Yeah, I said it. Doom Eternal is basically chess. If
yeah.
chess was played at 300 BPM while headbanging to Mick Gordon.
Oh hell yeah.
The Arachnotron? Take out the turret first, or it'll zone you harder than a tryhard in a fighting game. Cyber Mancubus? Break its armor before unloading.
Mm-hmm.
The Marauder? Well, he's the guy who makes everyone rage quit.
Yeah. This was a big wall for people. I wish I was like more in tuned online because I think on my first playthrough and first contact with Marauder, I don't know how many times I reset on this dude. Oh my god, I was so like pissed. I don't think I broke anything if I recall correctly, but holy. This guy was infuriating. But eventually with enough trial and error, I forgot how many tries I took to beat him, but I eventually did. I was like, oh, I got it. I get it. It took me a couple hours. But like upon beating him, I was locked into the zone, dude. 100%. And what was actually crazy is like years later, I see people like modding the shit out of the game and people taking on like multiple Marauders, which is even crazier. I'm like, Jesus.
You have to play smart. Weapon swapping, movement, enemy priority,
Mm-hmm.
it all matters. And once you master it, that's when you hit what the game director Hugo Martin calls the fun zone.
Yeah.
At first, it's overwhelming. On my first playthrough on Nightmare, I had to take breaks after
Bro, why'd you put the Kappa face on the sniper mod?
big fights just to breathe. I was sweating harder than a speedrunner at an unskippable cutscene.
Yeah.
But after a while, it just clicked.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, I wasn't thinking about what to do. I was just doing it.
Yeah.
Swapping weapons, dodging attacks, setting enemies on fire, blood punching a demon's teeth in. It became second nature. It's like learning an instrument, or better yet, a rhythm game. And when you're in that zone, when every weapon swap, glory kill, and dash just flows without a second thought,
Oh yeah.
it feels absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, genuinely euphoric.
Oh yeah.
There's no anxiety, no overthinking, just pure reaction and rhythm. It's that rare state where your brain just shuts off all the noise and locks into the moment. Kinda like
And also, I think the game does a really good job of like gradually ramping it up in terms of like difficulty and introducing new mechanics to the player to deal with, and then giving you the tools, over time with each gun mod to like deal with them, like all the mechanics.
meditation, but with more blood. For me, that's what makes Doom Eternal so addicting. It's not just that it's fast or intense, it's that it drops you into this flow state where nothing else exists except you, your arsenal, and whatever poor demon is currently regretting its life choices.
Oh yeah.
And once you've experienced that level of engagement, it's really hard to go back to games that don't challenge you to stay dialed in. Hugo Martin once said, "The power fantasy that is earned is far more satisfying than the one that is handed to you."
Mm-hmm.
And that's why Doom Eternal feels so damn good. Some games just give you the power fantasy.
What's this? I don't know what game this is.
You walk in, guns blazing, and nothing can stop you. It's fun, but it can be shallow.
What game is this? This actually looks halfway decent.
Doom Eternal makes you earn it. You start off struggling, but by the end, you're a demon slaying god because you learned how to play. It's the same reason high skill games feel so rewarding.
Yeah.
Whether it's mastering a character in Devil May Cry, nailing a parry in Sekiro, or finally defeating that boss you've been trying to kill for hours in a Souls-like game.
Yep.
When you work for your victories, they mean more. Doom Eternal doesn't just let you feel powerful, it makes you prove that you deserve it.
Um, I would mostly agree with you, but there are some games that just deliver like a power fantasy like right off the rip. Um, I would probably like in terms of like FPS, I think I already mentioned them, but like power fantasy delivery, I mean, Titanfall, great, great game, great single player. A lot of movement, a lot of skill expression. Warframe, that game just has a fantastic movement system right off the bat. It's not so much about like the numbers or how quickly you dispatch enemies. I mean, and even in DMC, you start off like the first level being able to just infinitely like juggle enemies with a couple moves. So it's not like delivering a power fantasy right off the rip is a bad thing, but I think we're talking about a gradual logical increase in difficulty instead of like having like a spike of difficulty that the game demands of the player to just get over and get good right now. Um, some people can get over a spike of difficulty. Other players would rather have like a nice little linear ride of like, oh, this plus one new mechanic, oh, plus one new mechanic, instead of like, oh, I gotta be a badass at the game at like mid game or something. Like, Jesus. But one could argue that Marauder was a very big spike in difficulty, understandably.
Ah, yes, the Marauder. The most controversial enemy in Doom Eternal. Some people think he ruined the whole game.
Nah.
Me? I think he's one of the best additions. Let's be honest, nobody knew what to do with him at first.
Nope.
He shows up, blocks your shots,
Mhm.
rushes you with a dog, and punishes you for playing the way the game taught you. He felt like a brick wall in the middle of a roller coaster.
100%.
But then, the memes came, the Reddit posts, the YouTube tutorials, the how to cheese the Marauder videos. Eventually, the Doom community started treating him like a memey little punching bag. That's the thing. Unlike
Dang.
every other enemy in the game, he forces you to fight on his terms.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just blast him with rockets or spam grenades. You have to wait, watch for the green eyes, bait his attacks, and then strike. He's the king of the chessboard, the final test of patience and timing. And sure, I get the argument that he kind of breaks the flow. Doom Eternal is about speed, aggression, movement. And then the Marauder goes, nah, stand right there and wait for my mood swing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Once it clicks, he's just another enemy. You go from dreading him to salivating at the chance to prove you've mastered him. He's not unfair. He's just different.
Yeah. In the beginning, when you first fight him, he feels unfair. Especially when you have the Marauder and other unique enemies that are also up. Like, if you can just get it down to just the Marauder and just fodder, and you know what to look for, like with the green flash and everything, you pretty much beat him. You could just use like one weapon and not do any weapon swaps and just punish the green flash and do a little bit of extra damage, and you do that enough, you'll get him. But man, the first time when you don't got any idea what to do, you don't got no guides to look at, you're just sitting there with your thumb up your ass, you're like, how do I beat him? I've been working at it for an hour. Because like, thankfully, these guys, if you lose to him, you just spawn right back, like right there. Like, there's no death run, there's no, you got to start the whole level over and like walk back to him. That would be absolutely horrendous. All right. And when you die to him, you just start right back right at him. Thank God for that.
So, was he a brilliant challenge or a pace-breaking annoyance? Honestly, maybe both. What do you think? Did the
This is what I think. I think the game, paint. Bop. And then we go bop, bop, bop. The game starts off and teaches you how to play the game at like some amount of BPM. And it's like, okay, how to beat enemies. It's like tick, 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 tick. All right. It's like very rhythmical. However, like you said. But then the Marauder comes in and he demands you play the game like tick, 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 tick. He demands you play the game faster. All right. He demands more of your mental firepower. All right. It's like, you think you were in the flow state? No, this is the flow state right here. Let's go.
Marauder test your skills or test your patience? Also, if you're still here after all that Marauder talk, props to you. If you're enjoying the video, feel free to hit the like or maybe subscribe. Totally up to you, but I've got more stuff on the way.
Nice.
And if you're into games, music, and the occasional existential breakdown, then it might be worth sticking around. Thanks. Let's be real. Not everyone loved Doom Eternal. You know what? I get it. Some of the complaints are totally valid.
Yeah.
Not enough ammo? Yeah. Eternal forces you to use the chainsaw regularly instead of hoarding bullets like a dragon. The game forces you to play a certain way? Absolutely.
What was actually funny was trying to like convince my buddy to play the game. And he's like an old school MMO player, but he's like kind of large and he's got like a heavy hand and a heavy mouse on top of it. But the sensitivity on this man's mouse is absolutely insane. Like I'm like okay at FPSs and I play on like a little slower sensitivity, but my buddy, so like I'll do a swipe and I'll do like maybe like 360 degrees in one swipe or something like that. My buddy will do like a wrist swipe, like just at his wrist. He'll do like 360s, like in one little swipe. So I'm like, bro, turn that shit down. You'll have way more fun. He's like, nah, man, nah, I'm fine. I'll get used to it. And I'm just like, bro, just do it, please, for me. And he's like, oh, okay. And then he does it, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, okay, I get it, man. Okay, it's not that bad. It's doable now. I get it. Ooh, all of a sudden my aim's better when I slow my sensitivity down. Oh, surprise, dude.
Demands that you actively engage with its mechanics instead of playing passively. Platforming? Okay, I hear you. Some people did not vibe with it at all.
This was like a nice little break. All right. I think it's okay to have like a little break in the run and gun arena style gameplay to do like a dopey little jumpy puzzle. It's not the worst thing in the world. Okay, you guys, you have like a shitload of movement in the game, and all you got, like the puzzles weren't even that hard. It's like jump, dash, dash, attach to the wall, and then do a 180, stick your arm out, jump, double jump, dash, dash. Maybe there's like a bar somewhere, you like grab onto the bar and you reset everything. Or maybe you use your little like grappling thing to jump somewhere. It's not that hard. The jump puzzles were not as difficult and did not have a similar increasing in difficulty as like the enemies in any random arena. All right, the puzzles were always easy.
I thought it was whatever.
Yeah.
Combat is too fast. Weapon switching is overwhelming. You have to use every weapon. Yep. Doom Eternal is unapologetically intense. It feels more like a puzzle than a shooter. That's fair. It's about solving combat encounters rather than just shooting everything until it dies. At the end of the day, Doom Eternal is not for everyone. If you want to just run and gun, it's gonna punish you. But for those who embrace the challenge, it's one of the most amazingly satisfying FPS experiences out there.
Oh yeah.
Doom Eternal didn't just raise my expectations, it completely rewrote them.
Mm-hmm.
After playing it, good enough stopped being good enough. If a game wasn't engaging, satisfying, and polished, I just couldn't stick with it. And it's crazy to think, I was so disappointed when Eternal got delayed by 3 months. But when it finally dropped, it actually felt like a finished product.
Yeah.
Unlike half the AAA games today that launch like beta tests,
Yep.
Eternal felt like a real complete experience. And for that reason alone, it's gonna be hard for anything else to match it. So,
Oh, yeah.
did Doom Eternal ruin video games for me? Maybe. Or maybe it just showed me what true engagement feels
Yeah.
like.
Or did it simply just raise the bar compared to the normal FPS slop, free-to-play BS that we are served on a daily basis?
Because once a game makes you feel like this,
And honestly, one could easily make the argument that this is more dopaminergic for your brain with all of the visual clutter, all of the shinies, all of the stars, blasts, explosions, lasers, health bar, health pickups, shield pickups, enemies blinking, about ready to be glory killed. All of this is way more dopaminergic than any like sort of like loot box lucky drop that you could get easily.
how are you supposed to go back? So, what do you think? Has a game ever ruined others for you? What are you most excited for in Doom the Dark Ages? Let me know.
Just be good. Have some replay value. As far as like multiplayer, I don't know. I never really think multiplayer when I'm playing Doom because I know there is a sect of people that are just grinding the actual shit out of Doom multiplayer right now on like private servers, which is insane to think about. But could be cool, could be fun.
Know in the comments, and remember, rip and tear until it is done.
Nice.
Isaac.
Oh man. Okay, that was. Come on, button. My buttons not work. Refresh. Come on. Okay, there it goes. A button works. A button works. Dubski. Yeah, as far as Doom Eternal ruining games for me, I think it is the gold standard for what a single player FPS experience should deliver. This is like the gold standard. In terms of gameplay, not necessarily story. Nobody is out here like giving Grammys and Oscars to the storytelling ability of Doom, okay? That's understood. Okay, it's you're playing Doom guy and you're just killing demons, all right? Come on. Even the game director says that. But yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. Like Doom Eternal was fantastic. I played it like multiple times. I think I'll do like a yearly or a bi-yearly replay of Doom Eternal. Just to try to remember like, oh, how good was the game? I'll go back and play. It's like kind of like Black Flag, like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like every couple years, I'll just go back and play it. Just be like, damn, this was good. But yeah, this is the standard. This is the gold standard. If you ain't meeting this, you're below it easily. But yeah, this is a great video, dude. Keep it up. And yeah, at some points I agree, some but overall, good ass video, dude. And I'm a fan. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.